Hey guys, what is up, and I welcome you to a new League of Legends video. So Azir has been out for quite some time, but I still see a lot of people underrating this champion, simply saying that he's horrible. And in all honesty, at first I thought he wasn't that great either, but as I played him more and more, just because I love the champion himself, I love the voice acting, I finally got a better idea of how to play him, and just a better understanding. So with that being said, I do feel like I've improved with playing Azir, and I wanted to make a video to show you guys my thoughts on this champion, give you guys some pointers, some tips, and just give you a better understanding of how I personally think he should be played. And my goal from this, I guess you can call mini guide, is to get you guys to better and further understand this champion and potentially have better games with him as well, and hopefully enjoy him to the same extent that I am. So first, let's get the basic stuff out of the way: the runes, masteries, items, and skills. The runes I choose to run on Azir are somewhat basic, as I run Magic Pen Reds, flat HP yellows, ability power per level blues, and flat AP quints. And for the masteries, I run 2109, and I get the 3 points in the move speed within the utility tree, because move speed on Azir is extremely important, and I will later explain why I think that. Besides, you will get the mana regen from your items pretty quickly. For items, I usually start with a Doran ring and 2 pots. And then I usually follow it up with an Athene's Unholy Grail first item. But there are times where I may buy a second or even third Doran's ring before I start working towards the Athenes. Following that, I'll probably pick up the Sork Boots into a Nashor's Tooth, because you get so much attack speed value from Nashor's Tooth, and by the time you finish it, you're maxed out on CDR, so your passive is utilized to its full. And the attack speed is extremely beneficial to your soldiers for the harass. After that, I go for the Rabadons, into a Void Staff, and into an Hourglass. And by the time you finish the Void Staff, your soldier can hit the ADC down to half HP within 2 hits. For skills, you want to max the Q first. Get the E at level 4, of course W at level 1 because you have no choice. After you finish maxing Q, max the W second for that extra soldier respawn rate, into the E, and of course ultimate whenever you can. So let's talk about his laning phase, where I think he's quite strong. Bear in mind, Azir is not the easiest champion, and he will take some practice to learn. And the reason for that is because you need to know what range you can be in to place your W in order to get an auto attack with your soldier instantly, just like you saw in that example. Once you hit level 2 is when you can really start the zoning game. Check out this example. As I walk into Xerath's range, I first throw my W down, but I throw it down knowing that I can get one auto attack with the soldier before I have to use the Q. After the soldier finishes auto attacking, usually you want to wait about a second and then use your Q, but in this case I use it instantly, which is somewhat of a mistake because you can potentially not get that second auto attack if you use the Q too fast early game. But you can see the huge pressure I can apply on the Xerath just with one soldier. And keep in mind, this is against a Xerath, someone who has one of the longest ranges of a mage. And even then, I am able to successfully zone him out and make him so scared to auto attack for CS for quite some time with just one soldier. And I do it the exact same way every single time, and it works. So here's a few ways you can utilize the soldiers and your abilities to harass. The first most basic way is to throw down the W, get the auto attack in, wait about half a second to a second, use the Q to hit them and slow them down, and then your soldier can get another auto attack in. And you can do all of this with just one soldier. Another option to get huge burst down quickly is to use both your Ws with an auto attack each if you can, or at least one of them, and then use your Q on top of the opponent and then auto attack again. This becomes a lot easier once your Q reaches rank 4 or 5. And then once your Q hits rank 4 or 5, this is when it becomes even easier. Because what you can now do is throw down the soldier, auto attack, Q, auto attack, move back. Then, once your Q is nearly off cooldown, you can place another soldier, auto attack with that soldier, Q to get both soldiers on that target, and then auto attack with both of them again. The example you just saw was a variation of what I just said, and this is the one you want to use when your opponent is playing really safe and you can't get that initial auto attack with your soldier. So in that example, what I did was WQ auto attack, wait, W for the second soldier, Q both soldiers, and auto attack with both soldiers. In the example you're looking at now, my ultimates seem to have missed, but at least what it did was force the Xerath to run away from his turret. Now luckily for him, his Elise was there and she ends up getting a kill on the Pantheon, but I'm still able to pick up the kill on her, and the only reason I back off is because I have no mana to finish off the Xerath. Azir also has some strong juke potential. Check out this example when Elise comes in for the gank. As she comes in for the gank, I sidestep her cocoon, put the soldier down, and E to the soldier towards my turret. Another option would have been to Q my soldier closer to my turret and then use the E. His E is also extremely solid at going in for kills. I chain the CC with the Pantheon by using the W, auto attack, Q behind her, E on top of the soldier to ensure that my body hits the Elise, stuns her, and then we kill her easily. Let's look at another way to utilize the E, but this time going in for the kill. Azir's extremely strong poke and harass does make up for the lack of burst that he has. But whenever you are looking for the initiate, what you want to do is throw down the soldier, Q behind the target and E instantly. You saw how I hit him with my E and then threw out my ultimate for the damage. I can get the move speed from the soldiers and continue on the harass. Because as he's running away, I can keep throwing down soldiers and using the Q to slow him down. His passive, where you can make a tower, is extremely strong in terms of utilizing a certain area of the map, but I personally wouldn't rely on it too much. In this example, I put up my tower and my team joins me in the mid lane and we begin getting a lot of pressure on the enemy team in order to start focusing down their second middle turret. And you usually want to use it to prevent the enemy team from pushing you out past a certain area while you're going for an objective. And the final thing I want to talk about is his mid to late game, which I also think is very strong. Because like I said, once you get to the Void Staff part of my build, you can instantly burst down the enemy ADC even if you're not super fed. As you can see, I'm only 6, 7, and 9. But as I wait in this brush, I get the surprise on Corki with a W auto attack, Q auto attack, and he's instantly out of the fight, and we get the tower for free. And whenever you want to siege towers, that's kind of how you want to play it out. If you can find the opportunity, you want to throw in the W and use the Q instantly in the back line and probably get 1 auto attack, maybe 2 on the enemy squishies and get him down to about half HP like I did there on the Corki. And once the teamfight finally breaks out, you can see I throw out my ultimate instantly on the Kha'Zix, prevents him from jumping on myself and the Jinx, and he's completely stuck and letting myself and the Jinx do whatever we please. And you want to continue kiting with your soldiers. And I want to show you guys one more sweet example of utilizing his ultimate to protect yourself and your back line. As this teamfight breaks out in the top lane, I instantly, once again, throw out my ultimate, and did you guys notice what happened? Me and the Jinx were completely safe in the back doing whatever we wanted to. Look again what my ultimate was able to accomplish. The Kha'Zix was quite fed on their team, and Azir's ultimate makes it so Kha'Zix has to try and walk around the whole thing because he cannot jump over it. And by the time he almost finished walking around the wall, he was way too low to continue any further, completely zoning out the assassins. So that's more or less how this champion should be played. He's extremely difficult, but he's also extremely strong. He is all about the poke with his soldiers, and you must learn to utilize that poke. Just practice those poking methods I mentioned at the beginning of this video and you'll get a hang of him in no time. But I hope you guys have learned something new and enjoyed this video. Please throw in a like if you did and maybe share it with your friends. I hope to see you next time. Peace.